adjust my chair. Oh, sorry. Hey, good afternoon. It's Gary again. It's a Wednesday again. I was at the grocery store a little while ago, actually a couple hours ago. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's still working. And he was asking me how retirement was and what do I do with my time. I said, anything I want to do with my time. That's what I do. Anyway, the episode today is called Where's My Turkey? For the people that are still in country, still doing the thing, still working in retail or with the company I used to work for or in retail around the globe, you'll appreciate this story because it's a true goddamn story. Every Monday and Tuesday while I was working, this goes back at least 12 years ago because I was in 13 different locations with my company. And I was not an assistant meat manager yet. I was almost there. I was right on the cusp of becoming a manager. But I had to pay my dues, you know. And every Monday and every Tuesday, this lady would come in. And she was hell on wheels. This lady was snapping her fingers, always wanting everything perfect. I would be putting chicken in the case. Like, for instance, for people out there that had never worked in retail or never worked in a grocery store, let me enlighten you. There's a thing we call boats or six-wheelers. You might see them in aisles. If you're going down an aisle, you'll see an employee and they're working off of one of these wheels. They're usually brown or green wheels. And there's product on the wheels. And they're pulling the product off and putting it to the shelf or on the sales floor. In my case, the meat department. And there's chicken on it. You can see brown boxes. They're chicken boxes in this particular situation, or smaller boxes that are brown, Liberty ground turkey boxes. And we're pulling them off of the six-wheeler or the boat and putting it in the case. Why? For your asses to shop from. Every Monday and every Tuesday, the same lady came in. And I would pull the wheel, and I was talking and sharing my war story with this guy at the store today. And he was laughing because we were both laughing about it. He was like, yeah, Gary, I get it. I had the same problem with my store. I had the same problem to this day with my shoppers. And I say, well, I got a good one for you. And I was telling him. I'd roll the boat out about 1.5 feet away from the actual chicken bunker. So the chicken bunker's over here, the boat is here, and I'm right in the middle of it. And I'm taking product of chicken packages out of these boxes, turning my body and putting them in the bunker. And that's how, if you go to any store and you see this, that's what they're doing. And stay out of their way. Make sure that they're finished putting all of the packages in before you come in and introduce yourself to the bunker and go find your own chicken breasts. In my case, I was about putting out drumsticks. And the same lady, without fail. She saw me doing it, and she knew what I was doing every Monday and Tuesday, right around 10 o'clock. She'd come in like clockwork. And she was an older broad, probably, I was in my early 40s. She was probably in her 60s. A real hoity-toity. A kind that doesn't think her shit doesn't stink. That kind of lady, you know. Better than you, looking down her nose at you, right? So, because people like me, we're just peasants. So she'd beeline, and she'd see me. She's beelining up the aisle toward me, right? And she could see I'm working feverishly on getting this stuff in the case. And she's timing it. She's timing it to where I turn to put it in the case. And as I turn, she slides her skinny ass between me and the case. Oh, and she'd always say, oh, just don't mind me. She'd always say anything, oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to be a second. I want to find the perfect package of chicken. And she'd go in there and she'd start shopping through the bunker. And she wouldn't go in there for just one or two things. She wouldn't go swoop in, nail it, and grab it and leave. No, she took a good 5 to 7 minutes while I waited with arms crossed, leaning over this wheeler I'm working on for her ass to find the perfect package of chicken. Every time. Every Monday and every Tuesday. And then I wouldn't see her the rest of the week. And it wasn't just chicken. It'd be ground beef. If I was putting ground beef in the case, the same thing. Or if I was putting ground turkey or sausage in the case, she always found a way. She was a magnet. Always found a way to be in my fucking way. Without fail. And she was nasty about it. I never saw her smile. Ever. Just a nasty person. Inside and out. So people that are out there in retail right now that are still working, you can appreciate this story. For those that don't work in retail and have never worked in retail, listen up and you might learn something today. Be courteous to the people that work there. So now let's fast forward. We're getting close to the holidays. It's like the beginning of October. And people are geared up for Halloween. Of course, the meat department doesn't have anything to do with Halloween. We just don't. All the other departments do. And so we're already getting turkey orders in for the turkeys. They start filtering in the beginning of October. We have to change all of our bunkers over. We have to take all the product out of our bunkers that was there before and fill them up with turkeys. One bunker would be frozen turkeys. Another bunker would be fresh turkeys. This went on every single year, and that was a task. That was a lot of lifting of boxes. If people got in your way, they didn't give a fuck. You'd be taking a box of turkeys off of a wheel, and the box might weigh 70 pounds, and they don't give a shit. They're going to slide in your way to get to the bird fast enough so they can get in and out. They don't give a shit. I'm swinging around, jerking my back around and my arms around to put the box down so I can pull the turkeys out. They don't care if they're in your way. So the Monday bitch, I called her. She came in. It was like the second week of October. She came in and talked to me. She goes, "Oh, I know you've seen my face before. I'm a regular here." I said, "Yeah, I know who you are. What's up? What's on your mind?" "Well, I was just wondering because I'm going to be needing a turkey for Thanksgiving. And as you know, I'm a very good customer." I mean, she is a raging bitch. Everyone in my department runs the other way when she's around. All right. And I didn't even know her first name. She knew my name because I always wore my name badge. "I'm going to be needing like a 16 and a half to 17 pound butterball turkey. Do you guys get those?" I said, "Well, we got frozen birds right now. Our company doesn't get fresh birds until like 3 weeks out before Thanksgiving." "Oh, well, can I put an order in now?" And I said, "Well, you can." I said, "But I can't guarantee we're going to have that size bird." And she went from sweet to shitty that fast. She goes, "Well, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't tell me? This is no shit." She went from, "Oh, well, that'd be great. I would like to know if I can get one about 16 and a half to 17 pounds. So what do you mean? What do you mean?" And I felt like saying, "Bitch, I'm not your husband. You can't talk to me that way. I'm trying to help you out." I wanted to say that. But I still had to work. My company would fire me in a heartbeat if I did that. I said, "Well, I'm sorry but I don't know. It's going to be whatever they send me." "Well, can I put an order in?" I said, "Yeah." I said, I can get you an order form and we can fill it out." So I handed her the form and she fills out what she wants. I said, "Don't forget to put your telephone number on the bottom." She goes, "Well, I don't like giving my number out. If that's okay, I just don't like giving my number out." I said, "Well, how am I supposed to call?" "Well, you're not going to call me." I mean, she was a real raging bitch. "You're not going to call me, okay? I have a car. I'll come in here. I'll check." I said, Okay. I can't guarantee you anything." "Well, I'll come in, let's say, the beginning of November. I'll keep on checking because I'm in here all the time. But no, I'm not giving my number out to any of you people." That was the key word, any of you people. Now I'm a total peasant, right? Fucking bitch. So then she takes off and does the rest of her shopping. Now fast forward the first week of November. Mind you, Thanksgiving is always the last week of November, as everyone knows that, right? My company stopped getting fresh birds the first week of November. We had plenty of frozen birds, but my company stopped getting orders of fresh birds in our store the first week of November. So she comes in that Monday. She goes, "Well, do you have the 16 or 17 pound bird? I mean, I know I put my order in, but I'm here right now and was wondering if you have them." We had like, this is no shit. I had like 8 or 9. I mean, you can't miss the butterball turkey. They got a yellow packaging. I had 8 or 9 of them left and they were all huge. These suckers were like 19, 20, 21 pounders. And I said, "Well, this is what I have in the case right now, but I got a truck coming tomorrow with fresh birds on them," which was a lie. See, that was a lie. Because I didn't care about this lady. Because she treated me like dog food for a solid year. I said, "Yeah, I got a fresh delivery coming in. It'll be here I didn't say it. I said either tomorrow or the beginning of next week we'll have it in. It just depends. And she said, well, that's cutting it awful close. Cutting awful close. I said, trust me. I didn't lie to you. Your bird will be here. Why don't you come and pick it up Friday? Who's off on Fridays every Friday? This guy. This guy. What has two thumbs and is always off on Friday? This guy, fucker. This guy. I said, yeah, come on in on Friday. Your bird will be here. You'll be right as rain. Well, will it be okay for Thanksgiving this far out? I said, well, there's an expiration date right in the tag. And most of them go through December 1st. So yeah. And then the next question came, where will I keep it? Well, you'll keep it in your refrigerator, of course. Well, I felt like saying, no, keep it in your fucking garage. Better yet, keep it in your living room. Here, just throw it on the floor next to your couch. What do you think? Are you that fucking stupid? Trust me, we hear these questions all the time. All of the time. So now, she came in to get her bird. We never got a fresh order because we were not getting fresh orders anymore. But I told her we were because I don't care about this lady. I didn't give a fuck. So I get a call Friday afternoon from my boss. I pick up the phone. Yeah, what's up? Hey, Gary, I got this lady, Mrs. So-and-so here. She said you spoke to her, but she about a 17-pound butterball turkey. I don't believe we were getting any more orders, but she told her we were going to get one today. We don't have an order today. What's going on? She's pissed. And I can hear her squawking in the back. She's squawking while he's on the phone with me. And then he goes, hold on, I'm going to go in the back and talk to you. So he goes in the back to get away from her. He goes, Gary, did you tell this lady we were going to have birds? I said, I don't know who she is. I have no idea who this lady is. I haven't talked to anyone that wants a bird. So I'm lying to him. I lied to her and I'm lying to him. And he goes, that's all right. I'm probably misunderstanding. I'll see you tomorrow at work. So I come in on Saturday and he comes up to me Saturday. He goes, man, she's pissed. She is pissed. She wants to know she's going to go to the store manager. I said, I don't give a fuck. I said, I don't know who she is. I wouldn't do that. I'm trying to get ahead in this company. Why would I do that? He goes, yeah, Gary, you're a solid employee. You're a solid employee. I couldn't imagine you doing that. Maybe she misunderstood you. This was a Saturday. Guess who's coming up the aisle? Like a raging bull, coming right at us. This lady. She made a point to come in. She comes beelines right up to me and my boss. That's guy. And she says to my boss, Gary, I spoke with Gary. And I looked at the lady. I said, I've never seen you in my entire life. She loses her fucking mind. I'm in here every Monday and Tuesday. I know you know me. I said, I've never seen you in my entire life, lady. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I don't know who you are. Maybe you're mistaking me for someone else. Oh, this went on for about 15 minutes. And I helped, then my store manager got involved. And I had to go up in the store manager's office about an hour later. He goes, Gary, she swears up and down you take care of her every week. I said, it's not me. I don't know what she's talking about. Would I lie? I was an exemplary employee for 36 years with my company. Lied like a dog that day. Payback's a bitch if you fuck with people in retail. So when you go into the stores, especially around the holidays, needless to say, going back to the story, she ended up getting another turkey, a different kind, a different brand that day. After I got called up in the manager's office, I didn't see her. And guess what? Every time she came in after that, every Monday and Tuesday, she avoided me like the plague because I lied to her that day on the sales floor right in front of my boss. Payback. Maybe she learned something. I don't know. I don't know if she learned something or not. Anyway, it's a short video. I mean, I could go on and on and on about this. The story gets juicier, but I don't want to continue because I got things I got to do. I'm cooking dinner right now, but I was thinking about that because of this conversation I had with this guy in the store today. So be mindful when you're shopping over the holidays to the people that work there. You'd be better off, what's that? You get more flies with honey. Be better off getting to know your meat guy or your dairy guy or your front end people or your bakery people and treat them like gold. And guess what? Right around the holidays, you'll be treated like gold. See how that works? That's all I got, people. I had to rant one more time. I know I just did a video this morning. I had to do another one. I had to do it. I can't stop talking. You have a nice evening. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out.